Fenning panel. I'm Fenning.
These are the Fennings.
I'm full of crap. They know it, so. Shoot away. Why am I amazing? I heard that. All right. So, sorry. No, really. Okay. So, welcome to the 2013 musicians panel. Everyone, give it up. All right. So, with us today we have Odyssey Eurobeat, one of the first Brony musicians in the band. We have DJing, who's performing tonight. He's an awesome guy. He's from Canada, so give it up. Totally that person right there with the haircut. Lego character. All right. Oh, he's performing tomorrow. Get up here tomorrow. Wait, crap. Okay. Give me your tag.
Stop talking!
And then we have this guy who's late for the party. His name is Clutterwuck, so everyone boo him because he's late. Boo! And then what? We're making Not like that.
I just played my first ever set. Most of you probably missed it, but it was the best thing I ever done.
Alright, so basically we're going to start off, the first half hour is just going to be some simple questions that everyone always asks all the time. And then the second half hour is going to be a Q&A. Yeah, so there we go. Oh yeah, also Fenning, but you already know that, so. Give a hand for Fenning, everyone!
Don't clap for him!
Don't clap for me.
He's a host.
Alright. Yeah,
He's a host.
Alright, so since this guy's disinterested, we're going to start with Tetsuo.
Hi there.
Hey, on your computer, what are you looking at? What are you looking at?
You're on Tumblr on a musicians panel? No!
Check your privilege! Alright, like all the black people know no, but really. So, probably the first and most important question. Favorite pony? I'm joking, sorry.
This is not my contract, I'm out.
Alright, no, really. What was your start with the fandom, and how did you start making music?
Well, I basically have to say that the first, like, I've been a Brony since last year in January 2012, and then I had an opportunity to play at Counterwire Gardens, which was the first PonyCon that I ever played for, and after that, you know, I played at Cloudsdale, Big Apple, Equestria LA, TrotCon, BizCon, BronyCan, like I'm playing so many Brony events because of that, and the fact that I'm a huge Brony and being able to do it, like outside of this, like in Indianapolis, I'm an actual like professional DJ, and I actually like go to different clubs and bars and concerts and everything like that, and I just want to show my part. I just want to be a part of this, and I like. When it comes to producing music, I basically have to say that I'm not producing, well, I'm producing, but I haven't released anything yet. I basically just make hour-long mixtapes of pony music and real music and mash them all together.
Wait,
and
pony music is real music?
Excuse me. Oh, well, no. I didn't mean it like that. I meant non-pony music.
That's a politically correct term.
Oh, my bad. But what I'm saying is that I'm actually going to be releasing pony music and non-pony music on July 18th. Woo! And you can find that on my SoundCloud, and I'm also releasing another mixtape called 5 on July 5th next week.
How many songs are in it?
I don't know.
96.
Well, that's another thing too, is that all my set lists, like my last set list had about 26 songs, and it was an hour long. So, and they're all like mashed together, like three songs transcend to 3 songs, and transcend to 2 songs, and transcend to 3 songs. You know, it's a complicated process, but like, yeah. Go on my SoundCloud, go on my Twitter, you'll learn more. Just look for this.
Oh, that's my Perrier. Give me that.
Musicians panel, otherwise known as the Derail panel. Thank you.
Just like it's
every year.
Speaking of derail.
What?
Ivy.
What?
You're trying to answer the question.
Oh, I thought I was just gonna stand here. Okay. So before the Pony fandom, I was actually writing raps before that. And then my friend spammed me with pony images. I caved in and said, okay, I'll watch the show. And then I was like, ooh, why don't I take one of these songs and distort the living hell out of it and rap over it and make it sound really creepy? And that's what I did.
And it worked! And that was it!
No, it wasn't.
Anyway,
I broke him, I'm sorry.
moving on.
So I've been DJing at anime conventions beforehand. I DJed at a number of anime conventions up in Canada because yes, I'm from the Great White North.
What's a Canadian?
What's a kid?
I just arrived here from Canada about 2 hours ago, so rushed into this panel, so a bit frazzled, but I got my start in the anime music convention scene, and then when I became a brony, it just seemed natural for me to take the DJing that I'd done for the anime community and do it for ponies, and I noticed that there wasn't any brony DJ, so I threw my first mix up, which was Brony Mix Volume 1 on YouTube. It was a 15-minute long mix. Threw it up on YouTube, it made its way through Equestria Daily, and I just kind of went from there. I got onto Brony Radio, and then I got busy with school, dropped from Brony Radio, and then One Trick from Everfree Network invited me to do mixology, and I haven't looked back. I am, right here is my first convention, DJing, so I have not DJed at a pony convention until now, so you better come and check me out tomorrow. So you better come check me out tomorrow at 3 p.m. in the dance floor, and you can watch Tetsuo and I be your awesome, ripping opening starters. Yeah. In terms of other brony stuff, I do way too much. I was the head of the Ottawa Bronies. I'm the head of the Algonquin College Bronies, deputy of public relations for BronyCan, Canada's first and premier national pony convention up in Vancouver, BC. Better come check us out.
Wait, which one?
The one you're DJing.
Oh yeah, right, okay.
And any number of other pony groups. I was even a fan fiction writer for a brief period. Woo! We've all been there. Yeah. It's amazing.
And real quick, I just wanted to invite a friend up because she's really awesome. She's all the way in the back. Right over there.
Call your friend up.
Calling Ellie. You know her from Friendship is Witchcraft. Come on up.
Come on up.
You're awesome.
Come to
Hashtag YOLO swag.
No, I want this to be a thing at this convention. I want it to be hashtag still out. YOLO swag. I want this to be
Hashtag.
And you haven't noticed me say that the whole day.
We have one seat here.
Oh no, what's this?
Wait.
Mine, I just don't make
Wait. I can do this.
Why is this complicated?
Octavia is my best friend. Thank you.
It's me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pony.
Okay. I'll keep it short. I was raised around music. My parents were both in bands. They're both sort of active, like leading worship in various places around town. I was sort of raised around that. As for getting into ponies, I had, October 2010, I had sort of a family tragedy hit us, and I was sort of turning to cartoons and like comics and whatnot to cope. And there was a comics and cartoons board that was talking rather unironically about this weird cartoon show about Technicolor ponies, and it seemed like they were actually being pretty serious about it. So after a while, I kind of caved in and took a look. And first episode actually didn't excite me much. Second episode, this is alright. Third episode, oh darn it. Let's see. And about a couple of months later, someone was asking for the vocals from Flutter Guy's Evil Enchantress removed. And I had the technology, but I wasn't able to pull it off. So to compensate, I was like, hey, can I do this little remix for you? I'm not sure how much the guy cared, but he was like, oh yeah, sure, whatever. And that turned out to be the first remix in the pony music scene.
Sweet.
Well, my life in music started when my father put a toy keyboard in my room when I was very little. I never had piano lessons whatsoever, so my understanding of music and my ability to play is more like a natural language. I grew up learning English, I grew up learning the piano because it was a toy to me. I got better and better and better, and 8 years ago I decided I started to want to produce electronic music, so I got my first Mac to do it. With GarageBand, and I just got better and better and better at that. And 8 years later, here I am. As far as ponies, it started with a free episode in iTunes. I watched the first episode, and then I was like, oh, okay, it's okay. And then I waited practically months to watch part 2, and then part 2 is what sealed the deal for me because of all the resolutions that happened, and I was hooked then. And as far as making pony music, my first remix was My Anti-Pony, which is supposed to be the main My Little Pony theme discorded, and I made that the first week after season 2 aired. So yeah, that's my story. I'm thinking
to clarify, this is Skyline. He's a very talented
He's the best drinking
Hashtag
partner
yellow. Hashtag yellow swag.
Skyline.
He's but yeah, he makes music, and he's going to be performing tomorrow night also, which is why he should be up here, and he probably will be up here.
And we'll be doing a song together.
Yeah.
He's super hot.
So, Skyline, music-wise, what got you started in music, and what got you started in ponies?
Okay, well, a lot like Claire Wet story, both my parents are musicians actually in the classical scene in New York. And so from an early age, first they tried putting me on cello when I was like 3. All I wanted to do was pluck the strings on the cello, so I never really continued with it. I drove my cello teacher nuts, did not work out. Fast forward a couple of years, my parents tried me on piano, drove my piano teacher nuts. And what was ironic is that the school that I went to for piano, I had to like do an improv like audition or something, and I apparently did really well at that or something. So like I apparently had a knack for it, but I still drove my like teacher nuts. So after that, I started playing the trumpet actually for school, and I continued that through high school. Then when I was 14, picked up the guitar. Then I played that obsessively, and then I started producing. I think maybe a couple years ago, and that I pretty much through a lot of hard work. That's just pretty much where I've gotten to like now, I guess. So, yeah. As for how I got into Pony, first became a brony by browsing My Little Brony. I got linked to an episode, and I thought it was just like a little clip. I just watched a little episode, I'm like, wow, that was really good. Check out the rest. That's how that happened. As for the Pony music, Ivy actually got me into that. I knew Ivy actually from I've actually known Ivy for years. We go way back. When we went to BronyCon together, he knew I played like guitar, and he knew that I messed around composing a little bit. And pretty much once the show there happened, he tried to twist my arm, publishing some of the stuff I wanted to write. And through some convincing, I decided to do it, and it's been so worth it. And it's been a journey. So.
All right, so how I started music. Very, very long story short. My parents always listened to house and stuff, and that was cool. Electronic and the dubstep and cool. So something like 2008, I found this band called Battles, and they make weird computer music with guitars. It's crazy. So I was like, I want to do that. So then I took my computer and I downloaded in a completely legal fashion and I sat down and I was like, I'm gonna figure this out. And after 3 months of hard work, I finally gave up.
Logic Pro Master.
Logic Pro. Yeah. See, you use it too. Yes, both of you, all three of you. Okay. Anyways, I completely gave up. And then My Little Pony happened, and my friend Sophia from school was like, hey, you're weird and stupid things. Check out My Little Pony. You'd like it. And then I did. It turns out I do like weird and stupid things. I love My Little Pony. I love it. Well, I mean, I've made
Wait,
music
I'm
for
not the
like-
anti-Brony convention. How about that?
Yeah, isn't this like the culture?
You're dreaming.
Where's the Star
right?
Wars?
You're dreaming.
No, remember yesterday?
But I thought this was another.
Right?
Holy crap, be real. Anyway,
Yeah.
back to business. Yeah, anyway, so yeah, I watched that. Like, I just started watching it because I don't know, I just did. And then I heard Alex S actually. And he's really good. Alex S. Glitch thingy. And I was like, that's awesome. I'm gonna make a remix of that, even though I don't even know what a computer is. So I just went home and just kind of fell asleep on my laptop and woke up and there was a song and I was like, oh, there's a release now. So then I did and it's been downhill ever since.
You're welcome.
Oh, yeah.
I
For
don't
what?
know. I don't know.
For making
Yeah, give him a hand.
All right, so
It's hashtag.
It's hashtag goes away.
it's all halftime. All right, so then
840 double.
Yellow side 420.
yeah,
Yes.
super quick,
20.
yellow side 420 hashtag 840. Anyway, so we're nearing halftime, but we still have about 5 minutes. Why don't we talk about what we're doing in the near future, really quickly though, because we've got 5 minutes. So, Ted.
Like I said, releasing singles for BronyCan on July 18th. Also, I'm gearing for an EP release around October and a new mixtape on July 5th on SoundCloud.
I got a couple things with Omni and Skyline. We're finishing an EP together, and I have another album with MC Floaty or Rhyme Flow, and some stuff with Fetting and a bunch of other people.
You know that.
Oh, can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
I will say this because I can't officially announce it yet, but me and Alex S are doing a live set together, but I'm not going to tell you what the con is yet. It's a huge con. It is the second biggest con in America, and we are headliners.
Is it a Brony con or no?
Not Comic-Con.
Not Comic-Con, no.
That's the biggest.
That's the biggest, but it's
C3.
wow. No, it's not. Dude,
That's all I make is video game music.
That's mine.
but let's look out for that in August.
Yeah, moving on. Sorry, Midley.
So I'm thinking of revamping the Brony Mix series, which will be a series of Brony mixes showcasing the various genres from the Brony music scene, because there's more out there. There's hardstyle out there, there's hardcore out there that people don't even realize exists. And I'm thinking of breaking my recent EFN record of the 11-hour non-stop mix. I'm thinking there's going to be a mixology that I'm going to attempt to go for 12 or 13 hours of mixed pony music. If you're looking
At
for
one time.
I did do last weekend or 2 weekends ago 11 hours straight of mixed pony music. It was a mixology that was 11 hours long. It's up on EFN.
Yeah, question.
Will you be the Andrew WK do a 24-hour mix?
Oh, do it!
I'll do that.
I can break that.
Let me get to 14 hours first, and then I'll see.
Well, I just finished a remix for Category 5. His song Lyoko will be out on Beatport pretty soon.
I saw that on
No, it was
SoundCloud.
inspired by that. It's not from that. So look forward to that. I'll be finishing Super Pony Beat 3 pretty soon. Let's see, no promises, but I'll be working on a few more original singles, not just Eurobeat. I've got some different styles coming up. Let's see, what else? Can't really think of much else. Yeah, I have this list of people that I've needed to just work with for years, and it needs to actually happen. Oh yeah, I have vocals in line for a few people. You'll see them as they come out. Yeah.
Well, in the immediate future, I have a set, which is a mirror of the set I just performed on Sunday. There is no panels or anything other than the charity auction going on during it, so I expect you to be there, 11 to 12.
Don't give it to charity. Come to say.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, but as far as releases, I plan to do one Homestuck-centric EP.
Oh yes.
That will be released around San Japan.
Oh, shut up.
Which will be at the end of August, and a few other Pony EPs and stuff like that. I just make music as I make it, and maybe one Littlest Pet Shop centric.
Nice.
More than five.
Check your tweets.
Check your tweets. And then look up.
Apparently, additive subtractive right here. He made a tweet that says the ceiling of this room looks like a cantaloupe.
Everyone serve!
Hammer time. Give it up for additive subtractive.
Cantaloupe Gardens.
Cantaloupe Gardens.
Cantaloupe Gardens 2014.
As I already said, I have an EP in the works called Break the Sky. One of the singles already released. I have something in the works with Omnipony and Rita-chan. And I'm going to be premiering a new song tomorrow night.
And as for my new stuff, I've been basically going with a lot of conventions recently, and they all have fundraiser offers, so I've been giving all of my music to that, and it takes a while for them to get released. So if you want to see a new song from me, wait like a month, and then like 8 new songs will come out randomly because they were all part of albums. And when they're done selling, I can really.
One quick thing. I'm also doing something for the Bronies Forget charity album with Skyline and a friend of mine, Cheat.
I completely forgot about that. Yes, I am.
Alright, and yeah, that's pretty much it for me. So, ladies and gentlemen, the QA part begins. Who's ready?
So floor is yours, bronies.
Yeah, so raise your hand, I'll choose you, and you will be the chosen one. Only the chosen one can ask the question.
Please.
Go.
So obviously these people are very amazing and awesome, and obviously you have an infinite amount of questions. So let's start taking them. Did you fall asleep?
Yeah, she's dead.
Oh, I guess we're not amazing.
You did that?
You guys.
Alright, to be frank, you look like a white guy, but why are you Eurobeat Bronies? Euros?
Because the style of music that I make is called Eurobeat. It's an evolution of Italo disco. And at the time the word brony was newly coined. So I was the guy, and I was the brony that made Eurobeat, and I was Eurobeat brony. It just made sense. That's one of several names that I've taken on, so don't worry. There's way too many.
Have you ever
So it's
played
gonna become
DDR?
a AAA film.
Have you ever played DDR?
Yeah?
Everything.
Everything.
Not everything, and a little bit of it. Okay, yeah.
Right, here's the easiest way of describing Eurobeat. Eurobeat is music produced in Italy for Japan by Italians for Japanese consumption.
So,
Someone else gets it, man.
Can you feel the sunshine?
and the people who don't understand any of the crap, it's the stuff that they played in Sonic.
When I are drinking together.
You know how long it took to clean up our day? That was not in my contract.
Sometimes you just need to run away.
I'm so scared.
All right, next question, guys.
Oh, this is trash.
Wow.
Now here you go.
There, go. Hi. Last one is not a question.
I got a question for you.
That's done. That's done.
Who's that?
What's up?
Nobody?
Seriously? You.
All right.
What do you use to, what kind of programs do any of you use to make your music?
Good question.
Yeah.
I use Tractor, but for production I'm using Machine and Ableton. Ivy uses his voice.
Yeah. I use my voice, but I am learning how to use FL, and I'm also trying Ableton, but that's going to take a while. But I record I record and master in Audition and FL.
Ellie, what do you use? Oh, he uses sleep sock.
She uses Dr. B.
Dr. Drum.
We don't talk about that here.
Dr. Drum and master presets.
Hey!
If I made this week.
Everyone's gonna hate me for this, but I use virtual DJ. I'm moving into Tractor. It's just for a lot of the live performances because I'm so used to VDJ from my old anime convention days that I don't want to screw up on Tractor, so I'm getting more practicing on Tractor.
If you're good with virtual DJ.
You'll be good at everything if you're good at this.
Not really, dude.
1, 2, 3.
Logic Pro!
Which is Mac exclusive. Which is Mac exclusive. Sort of equivalent for Windows.
Not because we're amazing.
Hey, what games can we play in your Mac?
Shut up.
Isn't Logic Pro just GarageBand?
Shut up.
Hey, how's Steam? How's Steam?
Shut up. Oh, GarageBand is on controls to make
Summer sale. Okay, so unrelated. Summer Steam sale event. I've already spent all my money.
See,
None of this.
we don't know much about games because we're busy actually doing things about it.
Not as spectacular as that, I just use FL Studio.
Moderate.
Guy in the back.
Oh.
Luca.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, they come out here.
You won your epic Top Gear race by 20 minutes. You arrived in Houston 20 minutes before I do, which I don't get considering you left from somewhere that was closer than Ottawa, Canada.
Blame United Airlines.
Yeah. Hey, I flew U.S. Airlines and there's a huge dent in
Airways?
U.S. Airways.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
I flew U.S. Airways and there's a huge dent in my laptop. Thank Celestia that it's still working. Otherwise, tomorrow's set would be kind of up in the air, borrowing someone's laptop. But yeah.
US Airways is just terrible.
All right. Next question, by the way. That guy.
For all of you, what's your favorite song you've made yourself?
Analyzer.
No.
Analyzer's the best song.
Pinky's Brew is the best song ever. You want to go? You want to go? You want to go?
You want to hashtag go outside?
Oh, my flower.
Dig it up.
Kick it, baby. I got your power.
Seriously though, real talk, yeah.
Real talk. I will say that, like I said, I haven't released anything produced yet, but I have a song that I collaborated with My Cutie Mark is a Gun and Yelling at Cats, and I've been trying to send you the samples for it.
I gave you my email.
You never answer your Skype because I don't use email.
This is not ArgumentCon 2015.
ArgumentCon 2014.
But I will say it's called Misery, and that's coming out very soon in August. So,
something that I'm working on with Ryan Flo, Skyline, Prince Whatever, and Bowls. It's called Anarchy. We're still working on it. So.
In the US, your favorite song so far is one that's not been completed.
So, my favorite song.
who said that? Who said that? Who said that?
My favorite song of my own would be the only song that I've ever produced that I can't say the name of because the producer that I not collab with, that I remixed from it has a word that I don't want to say in a PG panel. My favorite song in general is going to be the Twilight Mistress Royal Pony remix. So
Yeah.
Let's see. Before Pony, I would say Cherry Blossoms. During Pony, I would say Discord. And after Pony, I would say Gone with DJing.
Oh, that's a really good song.
water.
I'm actually
I love all my songs too much, so I can only choose 3. Royal Canterlot Voice, Teach Me Your Secrets, and Moonlit.
Making your favorite song is like picking your favorite child.
That's why I was so easy for me.
I'd say my favorite would probably be the one I just finished, which I'm preparing tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
So you all get to hear it.
Oh,
Yeah! And Teach Me Your Secrets stickers is the one that I got on Rainbow and Root as well.
Oh, nice. I didn't get on there, so good luck with that. Oh, okay.
They're all so good. You have the black hair.
We got Fandom, bro.
No, it's fine.
Oh, no, he's the host.
It's fine. Next question, guys. Whatever.
Okay, this guy right here.
Yeah, totally.
Guy in the MacBook. Go.
If I were to show you something that I've been working on,
Oh.
would you guys like to work with me on something? Any idea?
Potentially.
Here's the deal. We are all taking on a lot of different work right now. We want to work with as many people as we can because we love it. We may not necessarily have the time. If you find ways to reach us through, through various contacts on our sites, or if you leave us a message on YouTube or something, letting us know, then we can sort of respond to it on an individual basis. Because not a lot of us will be able to do it. All of us probably want to. Not all of us necessarily can.
What kind of music is it?
Electronic dance music, mostly experiment with house music.
You know what I recommend? Come up to us after to show us, so that way we have enough time to listen to it properly, and we'll get on to more questions. But come up to us right after. We'll stick around so we can listen.
For me, I'm usually good with Twitter and YouTube. If you message me on there, I usually always check.
Yeah.
I'm not on Twitter right now.
Yeah, if you get me on Twitter,
Basically, YouTube, SoundCloud, Tumblr. If you know who we are and you know our YouTuber, SoundCloud, or Tumblr, reach us there. Generally, we're going to answer those questions.
All my screen names are color white.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, legitimate question this time.
All right.
For things other than music, for each of you, what would you say is like your favorite form of media from fandom, like fan fiction, art, is that?
Wow.
Besides music?
I know the answer right off. So.
Everyone knows the answer, but the second question.
We had to keep this PG though.
The cantaloupe ceiling.
No, let's be serious. I will say that DeviantArt for me. I love art. So I will say that just community pics of just like ponies in general. I love rarity, so I love rarity pics. Like I love rarity like frame art, and I really like Friendship is Witchcraft. I started watching that last week, and it is possibly the most genius redub series I've ever seen. So yeah.
As for me, I gotta say, I really like the animations and like the time that people put into these, as well as the some of the artwork as well, and some of the gaming media too. Pretty interesting.
That's the thing is that like
just like the diversity of media that we have here.
Like
it's hard to pick.
Does anybody know the status of Main Six's project at all?
Not much.
Right, but we're working with Lord Foss, but has anybody heard anything?
No, unless they name a panel later, they might say something no one knows.
A lot of people have abandoned it because it doesn't have a pony. I say it's a terrible attitude. Guys, if you were interested in Main 6 before, I encourage you. Give it another chance, even if it doesn't have the pony in it.
I second that.
I'm a huge fighting game fan, and I gotta say their design is just.
Yeah, Fighting is Magic had a legit combo system.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at fighters, but it looked. I can usually detect if it's a good one. Like I may not be good at it, but it's like, oh, this is actually like fun.
And they got the license from
Skullgirls.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean that's a new engine, so they're gonna have to put that one.
So look forward to it anyway. Just like continue to give it your support.
Oh yeah, sorry.
In my case, I've got a friend back in Ottawa, pretty famous voice actor, MemJ0123, and it is the voice acting talent and by extension the fan animations that are coming out of places like Silly Philly Studios that she's with, that I cannot believe the amount of dedication that these fan voice actors put in, and I think they are the most underappreciated elements of our fandom, so that's why they are up there. Give it up for Luna again, one of my favorite.
How am I supposed to follow that? Let's see. A lot of my friends are artists, and that's sort of what I've paid the most attention to. Confessedly, I've sort of had my eyes in other directions in terms of things. But in terms of the community, that's what I'm most familiar with. Actually, a lot of my good friends are fairly high-profile artists, so they're probably the ones that are most likely, or at least most numerous, to shank me if I don't pick them. That's what I do. No, you're safe. You're safe. I'm one.
But if they shank you, I'm the witness, because I'm right next to
Well,
you.
yeah, 2 plus flashbang. Yeah, exactly.
Carry on.
If anyone here follows my Tumblr blog, you know, on the dashboard and everything, they would realize that I'm into fashion and fashion photography. So for me, it would be cosplayers and photographers who really know what they're doing. I think that has to be my favorite, because there are some amazing outfits and amazing work that goes into them, and it's really something that inspires me, because that's a huge amount of work that you don't really see outside of people who make videos and people who make music. So
My muscles hurt.
Jetsu, are you capable of forming thoughts in your brain?
Have you ever been on my Twitter before?
Yeah. Good. Scott.
I'd probably have to say art. Like whenever I go on the internet, I always see something, just some new art from the community, whether it's on Reddit or on Tumblr, and it just kind of reminds me how how powerful the community actually is, and it's just kind of nice to see, and it's like very inspirational to me. So I'd have to say art.
I would have to say, when we look at the community, when we look at the fandom, I was going to say something about the spirit of friendship. Something that's not stupid. Let's see. Music's pretty decent.
Yeah, but you
Pretty decent.
The art is great, but I have to say the animation. Some of the people who are making animation in this band, I mean, there are a lot of show people, and there are a lot of people who are learning how to animate. And like, I appreciate both of them because some people are learning, and some people are just trying to be like the show. But there are some people who have just developed just an intense style and amazing method of animation, which I think is really inspiring.
Agreed.
I have a question for Eurobeat. Okay. What is your opinion on Tombstone's remix of Discord that got him so popular?
That's a good question.
Damn.
First of all, jealousy, then blinding rage.
I'm happy for him. I'm just glad that it was my song that inspired him to make that remix. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Everyone wants that, and everyone wants that view count to be theirs. But like, the fact that it was my song that got sort of worked into there, that helped, that got him some views, that got, the little bit of splash over to my end. I'm happy for him. It's the, you know what I'm just gonna say? It's the people that come onto my my various accounts and say, "Did you do the Eurobeat remix of Discord? Tombstone did a better job than you. I like yours better." Now, I'm fine with people liking it more than mine, but if they just come to me to say that without like giving something that I can grow from, just get off the internet.
Keep point there. Keep point there. Recognize where the originals are from and recognize the originals.
Actually, Joe would be the first person to tell that. At BrodyCon last year, he was like, "I did not make the song. Eurobeat Broly made the song."
That's how he said it too.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, he'd be the first to tell you. He's been an excellent sport about it. I'm glad for him, and hey, it doesn't stop people from enjoying your own.
Now because like everyone plays it, everyone hears it so much.
That was kind of one of the songs where it was. I don't know. I think at that point a lot of us realized like, wow, this is not just like some small time thing.
Yeah.
In fact, that was the first million song, right? That was the first.
It was one of the first, for sure. Yeah. The original is right.
Or the Tombstone remix was the first to hit like 4 million or something like that.
Yeah.
So I say that's certainly impressive. Even if I was like, if I were in your shoes, even if I were like upset that he got more views. It's still pretty inspiring that was one of the first times when we could like step back and be like, okay, maybe this isn't just a couple buddies.
Well, yeah, this is something bigger, and I'm actually still proud of that. Like, I'm still connected to that, and I'm happy about that. But, you know, just lay off the YouTube, please.
You!
That guy, yeah.
All right. Hey, you have glasses on.
Thank you. Actually, I have a question. Can you see?
Yeah.
Are you cosplaying Goose from Top Gun?
He needs to ask us questions.
Cosplaying
Go ahead. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. Do y'all have any advice for an upcoming party musician? I've just recently started getting into producing, and I'm about to release a 5-song EP, and I'm kind of like, where do I go from here? What do I do?
Talk to people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, down the line. Let's do it.
I would say for me
Fiesta Equestria videos on YouTube.
What was that?
That one right there.
That was her? That was her? Okay.
Hi.
Every time you talk from now on, I'm just going to talk about you. Alright. So I would say that the advice for me, like how I got started in the fandom is just like I met the conchair of Camelot Gardens and we hung out and like he listens to me, like he listened to my music and he says, I think you would be good for this. And that's how it started, you know, like it's basically knowing the right person at the right time, you know, and just being social and just knowing people, you know, and well, not knowing people, but just being nice to people, you know, like Rocksource is my boy right there, and he's a furry, and you know.
Great, thanks. You're gonna get kicked out now.
But yeah, it's just like when anime cons and furry cons and brony cons, you know, you just gotta be. Wow.
You won't even relate to the topic.
Carry on. So what I'm saying is basically be cool to everybody that you know, because that person can give you the chance to lifetime. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, you should be nice to them because
By the way, this is a really difficult question for a lot of people because we have a lot to say about this subject. So short, concise, and no horrible arguments.
Okay. So Fetting gave me an analogy once where he said that the Brony music community is like a playground version of the actual record. Yeah, you did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's kind of like a mini version of the whole music industry. So it's kind of like just be social, like what he said. Be social, talk to people. Don't be afraid to speak to people.
Yeah, because when you grow up, you get off the playground. You never know when you grew up.
Because we don't get mad when people talk to us. We get mad when people don't want to talk to us because of our name. They're like, oh my god, they won't talk to me. That's.
Oh, well, you haven't said that. Brony music isn't childish or anything. It's not like for the playground. It's just,
we just mean it as a scale.
Yeah.
The biggest piece of advice I can give for any aspiring Brony musicians, either whether they be musicians, DJs, or whatever it is, make sure you're going into it for the right reason. Make sure you are going into it because you enjoy the music and because it's something you love to do. Do not go into it because you want a sense of popularity. There are far too many bronies who've come up to me recently asking me for help, and they've literally ended with, because I want to be popular like you. None of us here ever did this because we wanted to be popular. We did it because we love the music we do. That's why you should be going into it, and that's the biggest piece of advice I have.
Mine is sort of a strange variant on that, and that is sort of more specifically for like composers or whatnot. Make your music the best you can make your specific music without. No, not even that. Don't make it to meet someone's standards. Let it stand on the merit of its own, on its own legs. Do not depend on media outlets to carry you. It is not, while they're nice, it is not necessarily their job.
It generally doesn't help either.
Right. Well, sometimes it can. But don't depend on that. the best musicians in the scene aren't just good because they added Tony. They're not good because they just got carried by Equestria Daily. Nothing against Equestria Daily, but your music will be good if it's good. Not if it has, louder.wave and gay.wave and modern rocking.
Martin Luther King, everyone.
Don't get trapped into thinking you need to stay in a specific genre. You don't need to be a copycat of another great artist in order to be great. Being great is being original, being unafraid to break genre barriers, and even myself, I can't even define what my music is because I don't care.
I hate myself after my genre, I'm in trouble.
That's fine. But don't get trapped into it, otherwise you won't be able to grow as much. And also, don't be afraid of rejection or unpopularity in general. Keep moving, keep producing, keep growing, and let the creativity flow, and don't be afraid of what people would say about it. Just make it.
Yeah. I typed that out before he said that, by the way.
Nice.
He typed it out.
He posted it on Tumblr before.
I'm not even gonna give that to
These guys all summed up way better than I ever could, but one thing I really gotta say is don't be afraid to try something new. You know, I did not think I would ever be doing anything related to like electronic music. Before this, I was really into classical rock. You know, once I started getting into production, all of a sudden I started like noticing, hey, I'm working with all these chiptune like VSTs, some dubstep stuff. This is interesting. At first it sounded okay, and I got really into it. I'm really into it now. Don't be afraid to try new things.
I just want to add one thing. Get messy, make mistakes. Just drizzle.
Yeah!
I don't know. For people who are making music, they yes, right here, everything that they said. But yeah, the number one thing that I see that inhibits a bunch of people is they sit down and make music and they don't sit down saying, I'm going to create, or I like this melody, or anything. They're just like, what sounds like dubstep? What sounds like Eurobeat, or whatever. And that's fine for you, Eurobeat, because your name is that, so it's okay. But for everyone else, for us normal people, really, I'm joking.
I know you.
Well, really, just sit down and just. It doesn't matter if you have no experience whatsoever. It doesn't matter if your speakers are crap. It doesn't matter if you're working out a freaking Audacity or something. Sit down and paint. Yeah, like seriously, just sit down on your keyboard. Just do that, and just keep doing it, and you'll eventually get better if you just put effort into it, accept criticism, listen to other people who you really, really like to get inspiration. Just freaking do this on your keyboard.
Nike swoosh.
Nike swoosh. Yeah. So, and that's it. We've got 5 minutes left, so that means last question.
9 minutes left.
And now all the questions.
No, Rena was first.
Yeah, Rena, what's up?
I'll ask you guys later, but no, my question was specifically for the DJs. What is the biggest mistake that you see a lot of beginner DJs make, and what do you think is the most important thing you guys focus on?
Okay.
Hashtag Yellow Spike 14.
Cantaloupe Gardens.
Hashtag keep going.
Cantaloupe.
I will say that when DJs this is a really complicated process for me because I started with vinyl and then I went to controllers and then I went to CDJs and then I just started using whatever I want because it's whatever. But when when a beginner starts in, they just go for the cheapest route possible, and they don't really learn anything. I will say techniques are possibly the best beginner step into learning DJing because it teaches you rhythm, it teaches you how to cue, it teaches you how to beat match, and it also teaches you the frustration of it. It teaches you also using your time wisely, and also because whenever you're winding up and cueing the next song, it's like a time clock. You say you got 3 minutes left to mix it to another track, or all I gotta say is buy techniques. No matter how expensive they are, find the cheapest ones that you can get. Buy needles, use your computer for Serato or Tractor, it doesn't matter. Just go with techniques and learn the basics.
Techniques the brand.
Yeah,
techniques. Techniques. Techniques, which are vinyl
techniques.
Yeah, it's techniques.
Oh.
They're vinyl record players.
Maybe we say it up differently up north. I don't know.
You Canadians.
Well, yeah. I don't know. Just for me, I started DJing like 4 years ago, and then just on and off since there. But just watch. First of all, find tutorials. Watch people who know what they're doing. Like Tetsuo over here. Like I'm not very good at DJing, so I always ask this guy for help because he's a freaking pro. And just being over there, so I'm not gonna talk about it.
I do DJ on the side, but one thing that I think people do sometimes and is really it's bad in my opinion would be not realizing that it's okay to change the pitch of the song to the first one or the last one over, or just like matching the key. Matching the key is important to me.
Woo! Absolutely.
Because it sounds like a train wreck when you're mixing and it's totally different keys.
Because you know, F and F sharp.
Yeah, somebody please help me.
Oh God, yes. It's totally fun.
Harmonic mixing is going to be one of the most important steps that you will have for mixing. And if you want some advice, look up mixed in key.
You can pirate that shit.
Yeah. No, you can't.
That's illegal. Sit down.
You can't say that. And also, if you have Tractor, it is now it's now integrated into the software, but yeah, it's not as good. It's not as good as mixing key. But yeah, that's all.
One last thing for me is a lot of people that are just starting with the idea of playing their music back. They get the idea that the only way to do it is to DJ, unless they're doing like the whole M4 Sonic Launchpad thing. Don't feel limited to DJing. I mean, if that's what you feel called to do, then by all means do it. But you don't have to be locked down to two job bills. It may not be DJing, but that's not the only method of electronic performance. There's never been a better time for electronic performance, however you want to do it, than right now.
So, do it.
Yep.
I do have one more thing to say.
Yeah.
Oh.
You have 1 minute. You have 1 minute.
Okay.
They've answered everything about DJing, the techniques about DJing. I'm going to talk about getting gigs. Get yourself out there, get yourself a YouTube, put mixes up on YouTube, get yourself a SoundCloud, put mixes up on SoundCloud, there's even Mixcloud now. Put yourself out there and get feedback from your DJ mixes. Do not be afraid to get feedback about your DJ mixes. Yes, you might know some of your songs are a train wreck, but put them out there anyways. Anything else, they have answered it more beautifully than I ever could.
That's fine. So I basically what are you doing?
30 seconds.
All right. What I'm basically trying to say is, don't go into DJ just to be a VIP. Just do it because you love music. Just do it because you. Thank you for coming. So yeah, don't do it for VIP status. Just do it because you love music and people will come to you.
Just do it because you love music. That's it, everybody.